So the Women's World Cup is kicking off on October the 8th in New Zealand. It's running till November the 12th. The final will be in Auckland. It's going to be a real step up, I think, from previous Women's World Cups that we've seen. It's coming on the back of the Lionesses and the Women's Euros. I think there's a massive interest or growing interest in women's sport. And I think, hopefully, this tournament will take it another step further. You can't avoid England at the top. 25 matches unbeaten. It's a world record. Yeah, they've been playing incredibly well. Nobody's beaten them for 3 years. So they're going to be the favourites without question. Clearly, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that, but it's got a good mixture, actually, youth and experience. So I think they're clearly the team to beat. New Zealand are the hosts. I think New Zealand will be strong. Every New Zealand side at home with a bit of a point to prove are going to be strong. So I'd be backing them to be better than perhaps people think they are. France, they're the big rivals to England in Europe. Possibly interesting to see how they go in New Zealand. I think in France, they're very strong at home. They're in England's group as well. That'll be competitive in the pool stages. And I think Canada are another one to watch. Good, strong pack, which makes any rugby team a bit of a threat. So, yeah, I'd say keep an eye out for them as well. This tournament's going to be in New Zealand, where it's going to be much harder really to grab sort of neutral eyeballs, if you like. Some of the kickoff times are pretty early. If you're an England fan, I think actually if you're a rugby fan, you're going to enjoy watching this side. They're reaping the benefits of the RFU having invested in professionalism, and these guys are really, really good players. With Emily Scarrett has been the best player in the world for many years. Captain Sarah Hunter. She's now won over a couple of caps away from the all-time record of Rocky Clark for caps and appearances. You got Sarah Byrne, you've got Zoe Allcroft. You've got a lot of good players. You've got Abby Dow, who's coming back from injury on the wing. I think they've got, as I said before, they've got a good mixture. They've got a pace out wide. They've got strength in the pack. As I say, they're going to take a lot of beating, and I think they'll be well worth watching on the way. The first Women's World Cup was in 1991, and it was all over in the space of 8 days. Volunteers organised it. It was really done on the hoof. I mean, so much has changed since then in rugby, in women's sport.
So we were coming out of the hotel, and there was a boy, and he just looked at us and he went, "Are you the England rugby team?" He didn't even say women's, ladies, or anything, and just said, "Are you the England rugby team?" And we're like, "Yeah." And we're like, "Oh, that is amazing." It's
a really important stepping stone. I think if this World Cup can grab people's attention both in New Zealand and in the rest of the world. The RFU's ambition certainly is to fill out Twickenham, 82,000 full for a women's international. I think they're hoping to do that the next World Cup. So this would be, a real good stepping stone to that. And actually a few years ago you'd have said, no, they'll never do that. Now I think you'd probably say they will.